the requirement of analytical meditation. Apply a clear mind of intelligence to all kinds of objects and practice continually without interruption, like wildfire spreading across a grassy plain. We have learned the methods of meditation, and the requirements are: 1. The mind should meditate clearly. 2. The meditation should be continuous. Just like the place where a horse gallops is called its realm, the domain where the mind travels is called its object. For example, form is the realm where eye consciousness operates, known as the visual object. Sound is the realm where ear consciousness operates, known as the auditory object. Phenomena are the realm where mind consciousness operates, known as the mental object. This verse means that the mind should clearly traverse each object of analytical meditation taught above. In other words, visualize each scene vividly and distinctly in the sixth consciousness. This needs to be appreciated through study and practice. When a grassy plain catches fire, the wildfire spreads continuously from one blade of grass to another. Likewise, during analytical meditation, we should reflect on the teachings one after another, not giving the mind any chance to go astray. This explains the line, practice continually without interruption. The Dhammapada states, if a house is not properly built, rain will seep in. Likewise, if the mind is not trained, desire will infiltrate. Desire resides in our minds and can attack us from within. Just as a poorly sealed roof will leak when it rains, if we don't cultivate our minds meticulously, desire will permeate our minds. As we progress in our spiritual practice, it becomes more demanding, professional, and difficult. But don't rush. For example, when you see someone walking on a tightrope over a cliff, you may feel it's beyond your ability. But with patience, you can learn step by step. The point is to persist in practice without setting expectations too high. Initially, your feet may ache. Similarly, during spiritual practice, our bodies may experience discomfort because we need to practice continuously. Even mastering the lotus posture takes time. A good posture is essential. If you cannot even sit well, it will be hard to enter concentration and tame afflictions. In the beginning, we need to practice many fundamental skills. Even mastering the sitting posture requires extensive practice. Without a proper posture, it's hard to cultivate a good state of mind, which is essential for taming afflictions. When afflictions arise, deal with them in the best sitting posture. This is why the verse says, if the mind is not well trained, desire will infiltrate. This is subtle and not easy to follow. As your practice deepens, it becomes even more subtle and difficult to grasp. However, at this point, don't let the mental factors of regret, discouragement, or giving up overwhelm you. Many people give up their practice when they find it too difficult or become frustrated and dissatisfied with themselves, which is also wrong. When we practice, we must build a solid foundation, progress step by step, and also set a long-term goal. Setting long-term goals is good, but it can also make you impatient for results. Therefore, we need both long-term strategic goals and concrete short-term plans. Each of us should have specific plans. If you accomplish your daily plan, rejoice in your progress. Don't set too high expectations. For example, if you ask yourself not to lie down, can you do it? You cannot. If you push yourself like this for 2 days, you might end up sleeping for 3 days to recover from exhaustion. Ordinary beings have ingrained karmic obstacles. So, don't rush. Be joyful. We should work hard, rejoice in our progress, and support each other. Every practitioner faces challenges. It's not easy to be truly diligent, as both body and mind may suffer. It's impossible to be comfortable in the beginning. If you push yourself too hard, you may feel unbearable suffering. Take the middle way. Before reaching the fourth bodhisattva stage, one cannot achieve true diligence. You may want to imitate a fourth stage bodhisattva, aspiring, I want to be diligent. However, only bodhisattvas at the fourth stage can achieve genuine diligence. You haven't even reached the first bodhisattva stage, so your ambition is beyond your capacity. Consequently, you may feel frustrated, which makes it difficult to continue your practice. Eventually, you might think, I can't take it anymore. Maybe I should just engage in Buddhist rituals or find a temple to stay. As a result, your Dharma practice comes to an end. Therefore, we should set small goals. For example, complete a certain number of prostrations every day. Not too many and not too few. Try to attend Dharma classes with the community daily. Even if your mind occasionally runs away, it's okay. If you find it difficult to persevere, you can occasionally skip a class and then kneel in front of the Buddha for 1 incense time. It's good to experience kneeling. Intentionally skipping a class to experience kneeling and then making up for the missed class can be a way to relax yourself. There is no need to be rigid all the time. However, don't be too relaxed, as excessive relaxation can lead to laziness. Find what works best for you. The general principle is to practice in a relaxed and joyful manner. Overall, spiritual practice is much more comfortable than worldly pursuits. Practitioners seek to reduce desires and negative karma, while worldly people strive to create karma. Can they be the same? The directions we are heading are completely opposite. When you have been creating karma for a long time and are suddenly asked to stop it, you certainly feel uncomfortable, like a beast trapped in a cage. Wild beasts, when caged, feel uncomfortable. Novice practitioners are like confined beasts, which is why many give up. The best way to tame a wild beast is to confine and discipline it. However, some people resist discipline, so it's hard to help them. It's not easy to guide beings in the degenerate age. We all need discipline, but even spiritual teachers find it hard to tame their disciples in such times. We have great potential, but we are often unaware of it. When we practice diligently and reach a certain point, our potential emerges, carrying incredible power. When you unlock your potential, you have succeeded in spiritual practice. However, This endeavor requires great courage and a fearless spirit. In all the times of the past, I lingered on mistaken ideas and attitudes. Wherever I used to react wrongly, I should apply analytical meditation. In situations where we used to harbor mistaken attitudes, we should practice analytical meditation. To put it simply, where you fall, there you stand up. This means we should directly confront and counteract our afflictions. For example, in the past, we regarded the bodies of the opposite gender as clean, thereby arousing numerous deluded thoughts and becoming deeply entangled in the ocean of desire. Now, apply the 4 analytical meditations in such situations to see the true nature of the bodies of the opposite gender and free ourselves from desires. Moreover, since beginningless time, we have believed that the well-being in samsara is happiness. For instance, you may envy the Jade Emperor, thinking, when can I become the Jade Emperor to enjoy a perfect life in samsara? In the desire realm, the life of the Jade Emperor, the heavenly king, is the most prosperous. You may regard this state of life as blissful. Thus, we chase happiness in the external world. As a result, we undergo countless reincarnations and remain trapped in the cycle of birth and death. Now, apply the 4 analytical meditations to such situations. Reflect on the truth of suffering, cultivate renunciation, and strive for liberation. Furthermore, in the past, we regarded the 5 aggregates as I, thereby becoming deluded and creating karma. From now on, we should meditate on non-self to eliminate self-cherishing and ego. We must recognize afflictions and break away from them. Previously, we liked afflictions, treated them as friends and masters, and were completely controlled by them. In summary, when facing any appearance in samsara, we should respond with mindfulness to eliminate the 4 wrong beliefs: permanence, happiness, self, and purity, along with the countless deluded thoughts they produce. Previously, we were bound by these 4 wrong beliefs. Now, we should counteract them one by one.